Outside of the grounds of the Midoriya Foundation, a large group of reporters and cameramen gathered in front of the gates, which had a large wooden stage in front of it. Standing on that stage was Izuku, with a podium in front of him with a metric ton of microphones on it. And next to him were Sue and Sai. "Hello everyone, and thank you for coming." Izuku started. "I'd like to start this off with an apology." This caused some murmurs among the crowd, and everyone paid very close attention to his words. As many of you have figured out, the attack that happened on the day of the UA Sports Festival was meant to target me and my children, and was perpetrated by the various villain organizations that have been targeting me and my children for quite some time now. Izuku explained. "As such, I can't help but feel bad for the people who got caught up in the incident. So, I've searched for ways to try and give back to the world. And that's when my scientists discovered this." Izuku then took out a vial from his pocket. Curanus. A drug that is designed to target abnormalities in one's body, and revert them back either into a healthy state or into non-existence. With this, we have found the cure for almost every possible ailment in human history, including cancer. Suddenly the crowd exploded into uproarious shouting and gasps. Questions were shouted at him at such incredible volume, that you'd think they were the ones with microphones. In response, Izuku put his fingers over his lips. Scree! The sound of a loud scratching noise rang out above the crowd. While it seemed to be coming out of nowhere, in actuality the noise was created by very thin strings, rubbing against each other, courtesy of Sue. Everyone covered their ears and immediately pipped down. After a few seconds, the noise stopped, and Izuku spoke up again. "If you have a question, please raise your hands, and wait for me to call on you," Izuku said. In less than a second, hundreds of hands popped up, eagerly trying to get his attention. "You, the one with the wire hairs," Izuku called out. "Mr. Midoriya, do you have any proof of your claim that this drug can in fact cure cancer?" the reporter asked. "In fact I do. I have released an official Midoriya Foundation website," Izuku revealed. Among other things, you can look at various testaments and documents, listing the uses and effectiveness of the drug. Of course, when the drug become publicly available, you'll be able to see just how effective this drug is. Now, you with the rainbow eyebrows. Mr. Midoriya, how long will it take to release the drug in Japan, and around the world, and will this drug be available to people with lower incomes? The reporter asked. "I've already discussed things with the Japanese government, and the drug is currently available to critical cases around Japan. People who can only be saved by this drug and need it urgently," Izuku explained. "The rest of Japan will be able to obtain the drug a week from now. As for the price, well, there are various versions of this drug, which have various degrees of potency. Of course, the weaker ones will be cheaper and cure fewer illnesses. However, should a person require the drug and not be able to afford it, then you can contact the Midoriya Foundation via our website or through some of our facilities if needed, and we can come to an agreement." "You, with the red hair and 2 tongues. What kind of agreements are you speaking of?" the person asked. "That can depend on the circumstance. For now, I'm thinking of simply providing them the drug, and having them pay it off later," Izuku stated. "Of course, I'm aware that that might be difficult or impossible for some, which is why I would most likely offer them a job. After all, we'll need a lot of hands to create these. Although if that's not an option for whatever reason, then we can negotiate something else. Now you, with the banana fingers. You say that this is for mankind's benefit, but what about the millions of people in the pharmaceutical business, who'll go unemployed due to your product?" the reporter asked. Izuku frowned. Whenever an advancement in science is made, it will typically cause businesses that relied on older technologies to fade. When the car was invented, the horse and buggy business tanked. When people started writing on computers, typewriters fell by the wayside. This has happened for hundreds of years. And it would happen with this inevitably. Of course, anyone who worked in the pharmaceutical business is welcome to work for the Midoriya Foundation. I know that I can't help everyone who gets unemployed thanks to this product, but at the same time, there really isn't another alternative. More people would get hurt by the decision not to release this drug than otherwise after all. I'd like everyone to remember this: inaction is still an action. Now, before we continue talking about the drug, I'd like to take this time to inform you all that the drug is not the only new product that the Midoriya Foundation is going to release. My labs have been working non-stop on new products to make life easier for all of you. I don't have time to explain all of them, but you can find them all on my website, and they're all available for pre-order. These items can be obtained at the same time as the drug in Japan, and we're currently working on releasing them worldwide. I hope all these products can work to make the world a better place. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX Less than a week after the Midoriya Foundation's astonishing announcement of a miracle cure, the world outside of Japan has descended into pure chaos. Not long after the announcement, the Midoriya Foundation was hacked, and certain pieces of information were leaked online, as well as a rumor that apparently many countries outside of Japan have not yet agreed to this drug to be made and distributed in said counties. The rumor goes that the higher powers in those countries don't want the Midoriya Foundation to gain a foothold worldwide and are looking into ways to make the cure themselves. Although all this is just a rumor, the two responsible for this are two small-time criminals and YouTubers, Gentle and La Brava, who apparently wanted to spread the truth they felt was being hidden. They have not been captured as of this broadcast. This information has caused violent riots all around the world, as people demand that this drug be made available to them. The riots have caused many deaths and mass property damage. And regardless of any words or warnings, the people seem to have no intention of stopping their protest until their demands have been met. America, in particular, has been sent into pure unadulterated chaos as the country rips itself into pieces over the topic of healthcare. The vast majority of people are demanding the Midoriya Foundation's drug, but among them, an increasing number of people are demanding full healthcare reforms. This has caused them to come into conflict with not only the American government but with another fraction of Americans, who are very much against the healthcare reforms the other side are demanding. This conflict has caused a sort of second civil war to break out, as fighting breaks out anywhere and everywhere across the country. And the longer the unofficial war goes on, the more violent it gets, as people find more and more reasons to fight each other, as long-held frustrations and grudges burst into violent conflict. Pro-heroes around America have taken various different approaches to handle this, with some going about their businesses as usual, some taking more extreme approaches to try and stop the protests, and others joining the protesters. Stars and Stripes has taken a non-confrontational approach, refusing to use violence against the protesters, but still attempting to desolate the protests, and attempting to minimize damage done by said protesters. She has also tried to start her own peaceful faction, one that agrees with the healthcare reforms, but goes about things in a peaceful manner. In other news, the Midoriya Foundation has been assaulted by various claims of villainy, as unfounded conspiracy theories seem to pop out of the woodwork, stirring up people across the world, and even causing protests, leading to counter-protests by larger groups, and even more worldwide chaos. The Midoriya Foundation has been quick to deny everything, both the claims of countries already denying their drug and the various claims of unsavory acts. But this has done little to calm the chaos, as the world burns around us. Thud. What the hell? Izuka screamed as he slammed his face into his desk. It was supposed to be mild chaos, not a full-scale, uncontrollable war. Honestly, this kind of thing was inevitable. Chol sighed. People in America have been screaming at each other about the subject of healthcare, drugs, and vaccines for decades. And regardless of what side they're on, they all feel passionate about their opinion. The only people happy about the matter were the people making money off of it, and that was just making everyone else angrier. So this isn't really surprising. I should have thought about this more. I should have had something in place, damn it. Izuka slammed his fist on his desk. I need to take action immediately. Sir, I know you want to, but for now you have to negotiate all the countries that are begging for cureness. Chol pointed out. Damn it, that's going to keep me busy for months. Izuka cursed. Fine. Give this order to the lab. Tell them to make something to help with the situation in America, and other countries if they can. They can do anything they want, and don't need my approval. Sir, is that wise? Chol asked. She didn't know much about what happened in the lab, but she knew it was extremely dangerous. I trust Mai to keep everything under control, Izuka said. I have to. For the sake of minimizing the damage I caused. Damn that Midoriya, he's done it now. Redestro yelled over the call. Indeed. While I expected the medicine, I didn't expect him to have the guts to pull out such a cunning move. All for one chuckled. Indeed. This confirms that Midoriya is willing to do almost anything for the sake of the greater good, Karai said added. But now with this, the Midoriya Foundation's power will grow astronomically, but so will their enemies. I've already started taking advantage of this. People who have issues with the Midoriya Foundation have flocked to me in massive numbers. And let's just say funding won't be an issue either. All for one smirked. However, with all this resentment built up, it means we will have to start the attack sooner rather than later. Or else they might try something inadvisable. All the better. Giving Midoriya more time to create defenses is the last thing we want. Karai added. After all, there's no telling what absurd things he'll make. Oh, is someone still sore about the robot incident? All for one teased. The I-Island Expo is happening soon, so All Might won't be present in Japan around that time. That will be the best time to strike. Redestro said. I doubt Midoriya plans to attend himself, but if he tries, I'll make sure whatever plane he uses never leaves the ground. We must not fail, gentlemen, lest we not get another chance, Karai said.